everybody doing? Come on, you gotta do better than that. How's everybody doing? It's a wicked night! Oh my God. So, I'm okay. Have you guys seen that Febreze commercial? There's a family in a living room and there's a fish swimming through the living room. You see that? And the father notices, right, makes a face, and the 12-month-old baby notices it, right? And then the mother, right, looks guilty. You know what I mean? She takes out the Febreze can, she sprays the fish disappears, right? And then I was like, what does this fish represent? Her smelly vagina. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. You take out that, you got a smelly vagina, you take out the Febreze can, you spray that shit out. It's all done. I wasn't sure what I should open with that one, but, you know, here it goes, guys, here it goes, you know, it's okay. You know, you just use a Febreze can and spray your vagina away. What are you gonna do? Has anybody been to a bridal shower lately? Right? No? Aren't they the most boring pieces of shit, like, in the world? Okay? Yeah, they're terrible. And my mother always ropes me into going to one of these things because the last one we went to, she's like, well, you know, we know the mother of the groom, right? And my mom was like, you know, but they always, and my mom was like, they always come to see your shows. And I'm like, yeah, but they get to see a show, you know? What do I get to do? You know, play guessing games or wrap myself in toilet paper? You know what I mean? Right? So we go to this one shower and we had to play this game like, how well do you know the bride? And I didn't, okay? I never met her, right? It was like, I never met her, and I tried to make it that way, like keep it that way the whole fucking time. I'm like, I don't want to know her, okay? I don't want to know her. She's got a manicure and a pedicure. I don't want to know her, okay? And so we had to play the game like, you know, what's her nickname, and what day did they get engaged, and you know, where are they going for their honeymoon? And then so I turned to the table and I'm like, how about we guess how long they're going to stay together? You know? And I'm like, and whoever guesses that right gets to keep all the shower gifts. You know what I mean? Just a nice thing. And then here is the showstopper of questions for the guessing game. You guys ready for this? Can you guess the cut of Jen's diamond? I'm like, for real? You got me here, out here on Sunday in Woodbridge, okay, to guess the cut of her diamond, right? So I turn to the table and I'm like, how about we guess whether her diamond is a blood diamond, you know? And nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about, you know, because we're all Italian, right? And I'm like, can we guess whether, you know, an African kid had to get their hand cut off so Jennifer could walk around with a diamond ring? And they're like, whoa, Sandra, you're a downer, you know? And I'm like, yeah, but downers tell the truth. You know what I mean? Fuck that. Okay. This woman's looking at me like, what the fuck is going on? I was at Pape Station, and the woman's like, she's like, Pape Station. That's funny. I know, it's Pape. Pape Station. Pape Station. Pape. Okay, now that we're done with Pape Station. So I'm at Pape Station, guys, Pape. And that's on the east, down the Danforth. And there was a father with his 2-year-old son, and the father's giving shit to this teenager because she had just littered, right? And so he's like, pick it up, and she's like, no, I can't, I gotta go. And then he goes, you know what, this is your planet too, right? And then he picks up his kid, he looks him dead in the eye, and he's like, you're doomed. And then he descends into the bowels of the city, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm like, that's the kind of messages we should be giving kids. Not positive ones, negative ones. You know, like, kid, you're not a winner, you're a loser, okay? Seriously. And you know the song by Whitney Houston, like, I believe the children are the future, teach them well and let them lead the way? I don't think so, okay? Because that's going to turn into a Lord of the Flies kind of situation, right? And I don't want a 5-year-old telling me what the fuck to do, okay? I don't want a bunch of 5-year-olds running around on Parliament Hill, because before you know it, they're going to watch smaller buses, okay? Did you ever see a little kid get on and off a bus? They look drunk, you know what I mean? They're going to be like, I don't want to be embarrassed anymore, all right? And you can also, you know, another thing you tell the kid is like, you know, another message is like, you know what? Don't try. It's not worth it because this planet is about to blow up into a third trimester abortion. That's why I had you, right? So I didn't have to go through this apocalypse by myself. Happy birthday, kid. You know? And one night I told this joke, and there was a woman sitting right where you were, and she was just giving me scorn, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know abortion, it's a bit harsh. She's like, I know, I had one. And then I was like, I said to the audience, I'm like, does anybody else want to confess? You know what I mean? And then one of the comics said later, she's like, well, maybe she was just saying, you know, maybe she was just saying that for the purposes of the joke. I'm like, oh, no. I said, she had an abortion, I could tell, okay? Because I'm an abortion whisperer, all right? I can fucking tell right away. And then I told this joke a couple weeks later, and this one girl comes up to me, she's like, oh my God, she goes, I love your abortion joke, I had 3. And then another girl said, she goes, oh my God, I love your abortion joke, I had 1. I'm like, listen, she had 3, okay? So make a couple more mistakes and then we can talk. You know? So I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for a man. And married people always have the best advice, right, for you? Like, they're always forthcoming with it. Like, I've heard you have to be at the right place at the right time. And I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean, okay? Because I'm always at the right place at the right time. Like, right now, I'm supposed to be here. And I'm waiting. Anyone? I got a lot more of that abortion joke stuff in the pocket. You know what I mean? This woman's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm looking at you. And I've also heard it happens when you least expect it. And one night, I totally understood with this man because I was waiting for the streetcar at King and Blue Jays Way in this taxi with these 2 really hot dudes. Like, comes up right in front of me and like slows down, and they start to lower the window, and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? I don't even expect this. Holy shit! Right, so I inhale and I exhale, and the guy's like, hey, can you give me a hot dog? And I'm like, pardon me? He's like, can you get me a hot dog with mustard and ketchup? And I turn around, there's a hot dog stand behind me. And I'm like, do I look like I serve hot dogs? Do I look like I serve hot dogs? Right? And he goes, you know what you should do with that hot dog? You should shove it up your ass. I'm like, listen, you fuck. I said, I was raised properly. My mother taught me to eat my hot dogs, not waste them up my ass, okay? We're Italian and we don't waste any piece of meat, ever. You know what I mean? Because World War II left a really bad impression, you know? On the meat situation, right? And so then as he's like leaving, this is what he said. He goes, when's the last time you shaved your box? I'm like, 5 years ago, okay? I don't shave anymore, I wax, okay? I mean, like, who shaves? Do you shave? What do you do? Do you have a shape that you put it into? A shape? Oh, is this your friend or your girlfriend? Oh, sister. Her sister's like, she just has a pure natural bush. Is that what you have? Because you're sisters? So you would just call that bush shape then? You know, I can't move on now. All I can see is like bush. It's like one of those 70s porno bush, you know what I mean? That's when shit was good, you know what I mean? Now there's too much exposure, too many holes. You see too much on the porn. It's not good. You can't stand it. Anyways, but you know what? There's a lot of pressure, ladies, right? To get her Brazilian, like to get it all off, right? Isn't there a lot? Every time I call the esthetician, they're like, do you want a Brazilian? I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I want a memory, okay? I want a reminder of what this is. You know? Because if I take it all off, then I'm going to start using it for shit it's not meant to be used for, okay? And that's not good. Because one time, I had the taste of a Brazilian, okay? I'd gone to see this Eastern European esthetician, and those Eastern Europeans have no mercy, okay? Because once the Berlin Wall came down, they unleashed their venom. And my vagina happened to be a victim this one day, right? So I walk in, you know, beautiful day, blue sky, birds are chirping, right? I walk in, she hands me a pair of paper thongs. And I was like, what are you gonna do? Like, what is this, like a stencil? You know? She puts on the layer of wax, she gets the piece of cotton, she puts it on, and then she like rips it off. I grab her hand, I'm like, you better put that back. She ripped off my labia. I'm like, I think I need that. I think I need that. I don't know what for. Like, I don't know if you've looked down there lately, anyone, but it does not look right, the labia. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like an evolutionary leftover. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like it wants to do more. Like it's striving for something greater. You know? But it's just two floppy pieces of skin in the wind. You know? It's just like another flap on the tent. You're like, you know, you've been camping all day, kayaking, canoeing, singing Kumbaya, and you're fucking tired. You get to the tent, and you're like, seriously, I gotta bust through 2 of these flaps? This is bullshit. That's my labia. It's a camping trip. Anybody now? Seriously, I'm a good cook. I'm a good cook. Labia aside. Woo! I can make a good egg and bacon sandwich, I'll tell you right now. Chopped off with a little bit of labia. Anyways, what did I just say? Holy shit. But the craziest advice, though, I ever did get was at my friend's stag ed, okay? They had hired, like, this sex therapist to teach us how to be better lovers, right? To get better blowjobs, okay? When I got there were, like, trays of cucumbers all over the apartment. And I thought we were going to have a Greek salad, you know what I mean? But I'm like, this is way too many cucumbers, okay? It's going to fuck up the Greek salad, I know it. And you know what we had to do? We had to deep throat the cucumber, okay? And whoever deep throated the cucumber the deepest won her book on how to deep throat a cucumber. I'm like, you want me to know how to deep throat a dick? Give me a couple of trays of dicks, okay? Not cucumbers. I'm just gonna have a tart taste in my mouth afterwards. Right? No experience. None. No fucking experience. But this is the advice that she gave, and she says, you know what, we spend so much time trying to make ourselves smell good, we spend so much money buying perfume and body wash. She goes, but we're really attracted to the opposite sex, or the same sex, whichever way you roll, our natural pheromones. Just the natural way we smell. So she says, next time your man comes over, or you go out, listen up guys, she's like, take your finger, dab your vagina, and apply it to your wrist like Chanel No. 5. I'm not kidding. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, what is going on at the shower? I just came here to have a good time, okay? Tell a couple of jokes, dance a little bit. Now I feel fucking cheated out because all my life I could have used my vagina, right, to get me ahead, and that's not how it worked out. And then so one of the bridesmaids like raises her hand. She's like, how much is too much? You know? And then me being the jackass of the party, I'm like, this would be too much. You know? Then you have like vagina all over your forearm. And you'd be at the bar, you'd be like, hey, how you doing? Please don't stop the music, it's getting late. I'm making my way over to my favorite place in small vagina. Gotta get my body moving, shake the stress away. Pink small vagina, wasn't looking for nobody when you look now. Pink small vagina, that you be in Hughes' room, small vagina. I said, everybody.